Welcome back. Today we're going to show you how to make my favourite type of bread, focaccia. This recipe is not entirely traditional, but instead showing you how to make some incredible tasting bread very quickly. The whole process only takes about 3 hours from mixing to baking. To begin, we're going to add around 250 to 260 millilitres of warm water to a bowl. We're then going to add 1 tablespoon or 7 grams of yeast to the bowl, as well as 1 tablespoon of sugar. Mix to ensure it's all combined. We're then going to add the most important ingredient, the olive oil. The better quality oil you use will mean a better tasting bread, however all olive oil can work just fine. We're going to use roughly 4 tablespoons of olive oil to add into the dough. We're then going to add 1.5 teaspoons or 4 grams of salt, and once again mix thoroughly. Similar to our past burger bun and pizza video, we're going to add our flour into our liquid half at a time so it's easier to combine all of the oil into the dough. We're using 500 grams of flour, giving it a hydration of about 50 to 55%. When we add the second half of the flour, we're going to begin to knead with our hands. This should take between 5 and 10 minutes. You know you are done kneading when the ball is smooth, and when you press into it, it comes back up about halfway. If you think the dough is too sticky while kneading, only add small amounts of flour at a time. We're then going to cover with a damp tea towel and let rise for an hour somewhere warm. When this hour is up, we're going to cover a metal tin with olive oil. I have found that metal does work better as it creates a better crust on the sides and the bottom. However, I have used glass and a lasagna tray before and both worked very well. We're then going to place our dough inside of the metal tray. You want to make sure that it reaches the edges, otherwise it may be too thin at the end result if it is stretched out too much, as we're going for a thicker style of bread instead of a thinner version. We're then going to cover back up with the damp tea towel and rest for another hour. After this hour it should have rose quite a lot, to which we're going to make dimples in to create the look that we want. We're going to do this by using slightly wet hands, as this will help stopping all of the air releasing. When pressing down, you should be able to feel the air coming up on the sides of your fingers. We're then going to top with some rosemary, a very big drizzle of olive oil over all of the bread, and a sprinkling of flaky sea salt. You can add other toppings such as tomatoes if you would want, but my favourite version is just using rosemary and salt. We're going to place this in a preheated oven at 200 degrees until golden brown on the top. This usually takes between 25 and 35 minutes for us. If you used enough olive oil in the pan, it should create a nice crust going around all of the bread and the bottom. This will also help make it easier to remove the bread from the pan. And there you have a very easy way to make incredible tasting bread. Perfect to go on the side of any pasta dish that you are making, or you can make a greatly improved sandwich by cutting the bread horizontally. And I can't urge you all more enough to make this at home. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and all of our social media handles are in the description below.